Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And about 5 minutes ago, I told myself that I would not start this video off by saying Derail Valley Simulator. But I did. So there you go. Anyway, last time out, I completed a journey, or took an entire journey actually, from, where was I? The sawmill, I believe, all the way up to the goods factory in town. It was quite a simple journey along routes that I have not travelled along before. So that route along, hang on, if I just press that I can point to it. This route along here, of which between there and there I have never actually travelled. So that was interesting, and of course going past the starting point of the entire series, which is at the little garage right in the middle of the map. Starting today, as I said, at the goods factory and town, and I've found a job, a freight haul. Not a massive income on this one, just 7,600, but it is not a heavy train. Now, considering that there isn't much in the way of rain coming, I'm just wondering whether or not I could take perhaps a little heavier like that. But if I go over to the vehicle catalogue and look at this, it says on a 2% incline, 300 tons is the max I can handle. That is 495 tons, and I'm fairly sure there will be ups and downs in this area. So this railway, I think, is fairly undulating. Although I've never been this way, I do know that this way has some undulation, but I'm going to go this way today. So that is why I'm not taking this job here. Now, the other option I do have is to go over towards the food factory, not that one, sorry. The machine factory, which is all the way back in that direction. But I think that I would rather not do that. And then this one really is not worth much, going over to the food factory in town, which is where? Food factory. That's goods factory up there. So that's really, I think, yes, it isn't a long job, but I'm not sure if that is really going to be worth much. Plus, the harbour should have a lot more in the way of jobs. So that is why I'm heading back to the harbour. So that is the plan for today's video. Although I think that this may just take a couple of videos. I shall have to see, but make sure you stay tuned. If this does get to about maybe 40 minutes, I might split the video, but I will see where we are when we get to, let's say, that point there. So if I am past the half an hour mark at that point there, I will split the video. If not, I will probably continue right the way to the end. So make sure you stay tuned, and let's get started. Now, the first thing I need to do, potentially, is take this particular locomotive, which is the one I've been using for a while, and get it over to wherever my pickup point is, which happens to be on the rails on this side. There they are. Chemlec Medical. Slightly concerned about what this is. Also, since I'm going to be heading in that direction, I need to ensure that the locomotive is facing, or at least connected up this way, which means I am going to be most likely reversing the entire route. I have been told that the radiators no longer matter, so that is a good sign, but you never know. However, wandering around, I've come across this train. And I think this is probably a good idea for me to take that one as opposed to any other. I'm just trying to see if there is a potential loop that might help. Well, I say that, but if I drove this train all the way round, hang on, I drive this train all the way around, it will be facing the right direction to leave. Okay, change of plans. I'm going to be doing this. Driving a train all the way around. I'm sticking with the same train. Let's just make sure that I'm going in the right direction. Yes. Okay. Sticking to the plan. Or change of plan, sticking to my original plan. So this goes right the way through, which is what I needed to do, and then I'll back it up over there. Okay, I did not check that, so I had not realised that that was a thing that could happen. Okay, good enough for me. Let me ensure that this is actually properly decoupled. It is. Release the handbrake. Release the brakes. On. Let's go. Front lights. Quick toot of the horn. I've just realised I'm bleeding air because something isn't shut. There we go. That's more like it. I was wondering why am I bleeding air? So I had not realised that this went all the way around. Learning things all the time. So let's get ourselves over in that direction. Of course, I'm not going to take the job until I have this almost hooked up. And the reason for that is because if I were to ensure that I do not take the job, and then take the job right when this is all connected, it does not start the timer. And if it does not start the timer, it means that I get maximum bonus. That's the plan anyway. Now, as to whether or not that works, sometimes it does, but a couple of episodes ago, as you noticed with the freight stuff, I messed up the freight, so I lost some of the bonus anyway. Could I have parked there and turned around the other way? That tree needs to be moved. I've been looking at the roadmap for Derail Valley and the next planned updates. It does seem like there is a lot coming, so it should be quite interesting. Whilst we're wandering along, let me go ahead and check the route map and see what we have. So we are here in the goods factory in town. We're going to be exiting out this way. I then need that junction to be facing that side, correct. This junction needs to be facing that way. This junction needs to be facing that way. That junction peels off to the right. This junction is to the left, and then that is into the harbour and town. Good. Also, as a double check, GFFH59. Where does it read? Where does it read that? I cannot read it. That's a problem. I think this is the right one. I cannot imagine it being anything other than this. I have not seen any other Chemlink containers. So we'll just pop past that, reverse it in, get ready to connect, grab the job, and get ourselves underway. Now, I have never been this way, so this is going to be a new route to the harbour and town. Definitely going to be a new route for me to the harbour and town. Right. Change that one. And yes, I know I can do this. I can do this just by using the remote, or sorry, the radio. But stop getting on top of that. But no, do not do that. Go in reverse. But just because I can use the radio does not mean I shall. It is still interesting, particularly with the dispatcher mod, it is still interesting to do some of this just by wandering around, because now with the dispatcher mod, very little needs to be done otherwise. Right, backing this in, what sort of time limits are we looking at? 50 something minutes? 56 minutes it says. Alright. I've also looked a little bit more into purchasing of vehicles, so it is only the demonstrator vehicles that can be purchased, although there is a mod that allows me to, should I wish to do so, purchase other vehicles, which I think would be interesting. I think that would be really, really interesting. Okay, this looks pretty good. Make sure that that pushes correctly. Good. On the brakes. Right. Very quickly, let's go ahead and grab the job. So, let's go ahead and accept the order. Here we go. We are now on the clock. So it is currently, let's see. Okay, good. So I know when to stop my timer. I'm just looking at the time I'm recording this. Just double check to make sure this is correct. GFFH59, good. Release that one. Let's go ahead and connect that up. Connect that up. That and that. Go all the way down. Just double check all of these, because I'm not sure what it would do for a longer vehicle, whether or not another handbrake would be applied somewhere along the vehicle, or along the train on one of the wagons. I doubt it, but you just never know. Everything looks fine to me. Good. Back in. Let that start up. Is this doing what it's supposed to do? It's still... I think so. I'm certainly hoping so. Let's see, brake, main reservoir. I think that all looks correct. Okay. Pop it in forward. Quick 2 to the horn. Release the independent. Dash lights? Yeah, sure. Let's switch some dash lights on. Go into photo mode. How do I do this again? Like that. That's it. There we are. And then press, is it Alt? Yes. Press Alt, gets rid of the interface, and then subsequently allows me to change field of view. Unfortunately, you cannot enable or disable depth of field. It would be really, really nice if you could just enable or disable depth of field, just like that. I think that would be really cool. And I also keep forgetting that I do not need to, for photo mode, I do not need to leave the cab. That is what I was supposed to say, or trying to say. Now, first thing I've noticed, it says 30 and an uphill. So there is that I need to be concerned about. I wonder if there's some... I'm trying to think of whether or not there'd be a pretty nice... Oh, I think there'd be a really nice potential thumbnail right here. And I know I left the cab, but... just wondering if I get this correct... Oh, no, maybe something along those lines. No, that does not look very good. This one could. Empty chemical cars. Slightly concerning, I guess. What could be in this, especially as one says, or a couple say medical. I do wonder what it is that could be in those. So what do we have? 30 speed going up plus 1.4. Just get myself into... There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe not the greatest. It's a little bit... That looks nice though. Start ramping this up. Here comes all the cargo. Now I'm hoping that the way that I've chosen is not too difficult. It doesn't look, if I look at the world map, it doesn't look too difficult. Obviously I have the exit that I need to do, which I'm on right now. So that is that track up there that you just see is this one here that I'm going to be joining up to. But I shall see. Definitely a new route, not one I have ever taken before. So from there, I know it says 60. I'm actually... Let me see if I can actually put some speed on. Not too much, just maybe up to 30. And see where we go from there. I'm also trying to figure out where the best spots would be for me to look at the job itself in more detail. Here we go, so I've picked that up. I need to drop it off at E8I. So really I need to be getting over to the harbour. There it is. So I will be coming in from there. So if I do that, that goes straight into E. Yes, because previously I've approached from this side and that split. So I'm coming in there. So let's go to straight to E. E8I. So we'll go that way. So that goes there. Still that way, and then that way. There we go, that will be E8I. The dispatcher mod is so useful. Just try and really crank this up. It is a good thing that I did not take that heavy cargo load. It definitely is a good thing. So hopefully everybody's having a great day today. I'm not entirely certain which day this is coming out on. Possibly Thursday, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it should be Thursday. And the reason for that is because of another series that I'm looking to add. Plus, I have no idea when I'm releasing my next Microsoft Flight Simulator video too, so all of that has to be taken into account. That looks nice. I think there needs to be a little bit better fade out. I do think there needs to be a little bit better fade out. But otherwise, this does look very, very nice. That looks like a radio tower up there. I think we've seen that area before. And that's a castle up on the hill. Interesting. I think we're about to join the railway. The other side of the railway. Out from possibly a tunnel or something over there. And then going into what looks like a tunnel there. Never seen this side of the Derail Valley map, as I've mentioned before. Where exactly are we now? So at that junction. Yes, we are at that junction. 9 minutes. 9 minutes to get to there. This is very wobbly though. I think it says this is all 40, but not entirely certain. There we have a 40 plus 2.2. That's a problem. Definitely a good thing that I did not take the heavier option, heavier cargo or the heavier train. That being said, had I done that, perhaps I would not have chosen this route. I would have chose to take the other route. Right, down to 30. And even. So I'm doing a decent job on speed. Get across this bridge. And then, did I see another tunnel that we're about to go into? I think so. Fuel levels are perfectly alright. Going into a 60. But of course I have to wait for the rest of the train to get through it. No tunnel. It's just winding right around the edge of the mountain. Oh no, there is a tunnel coming up. Good. It's the back of the train. Still coming around. We are clear. Minus 1.5, so I'll just let the vehicle, the train coast. It is a vehicle, I didn't say or the vehicle. The vehicle, the train, that area is all empty. What part of the map are we in? So I guess with one of the updates, they did say that they were doing some updates. I'm going to guess that they're going to be filling some of this area in with stuff. Ooh, that's a 50. Because we are coming up to a junction. Now I have no idea what the speed through the junction is going to be. Should not be that much of a problem, reality. Should not have let go of the brakes entirely. Just realised. Oh, it's alright though, they have sorted themselves out. Oh no, they are still releasing. That is a minor concern. 50 around that way, 60 around that way. We are going this way, so that is all right. That bit probably needs to be improved. In fact, some of this really does need to be improved. I guess they are still working on some of the bits. So never been this way. There are some issues with the terrain. There. This looks like this was made in Blender, I'll be honest. Oh yes, that is not very nice. But the rest of it is perfectly alright. Just keep coasting. I think we're doing a reasonable speed. And in fact, I think this can all be done in a single video because it will probably take me another 10 minutes to get to my destination. Please do not derail because of that. Okay. 10 minutes to get to the harbour and town, and I'm literally just parking it right there. So that isn't going to be an issue. Going up to 80 for how long? Let's start creeping the throttle back in. I think there's a 70 immediately there. I think what I'm going to do is not go above 60, maybe. I am interested to see what they do with Derail Valley over this year, because I think that I personally think it could improve quite significantly. If they could work out something like maybe adaptive tessellation on these cliff faces, I think that would look really, really nice. High detail, but low on performance from a distance. Now I'm concerned about the next speed limit because that looks like a tighter corner, but it appears to be alright. The corner afterwards, the bend afterwards, not this one going to the left, not the next one to the right, but the one after that, there's a 60. I was going to say the one after that looks like it could be a 50. Right. Let me find out. This corner here. Now apparently appears to be a 60. Okay, then going along at 50 is perfectly alright. And then a 70 immediately into a 50. So just come off the throttle and prepare for what could be quite a tight corner actually. Yes, that is going to be a tight corner. Double check to make sure that is set correctly. It is. Prepare the brakes. Check the speed, prepare the brakes. In fact, just get on the brakes right now because I cannot see it. So start slowing down until I have a clear indication of the speed. Since I've not been this way, just looking at the map, I'm assuming a 30 mile per hour junction. It is 60. It is a lot wider than... Surely not. And then that is a 70 wherever... Where does that go? That goes up to CM Coal Mine. Well, this is all going swimmingly well. I said I wanted to be about here half an hour in. I am here half an hour in, which means another 5 minutes and I will be here. Oh, downhill, quite significant, coast. And be prepared, it is a large train. Or I say it is a large train. It isn't that massive, so I shouldn't have that much difficulty. This bit does need a little bit of work. into a 70, which is going to go back down to a 60, potentially even a 50. So just be careful. Keep an eye on the speeds. There is the 60. Getting on the brakes. It's very steep downhill, so more brakes. Even more brakes. At this point, a dynamic would be really nice. Yes, at this point, a dynamic brake would be really, really nice. There's a 60, 1.1. I can release the brakes a little. Not entirely, of course. Even though we are slowing down a significant amount. Okay, maybe at this point I can release the brakes entirely. Oh no, that was a bad idea. Oh, that was a really bad idea. Please have enough brake power. Yes. Thankfully, the brakes were... I still had enough pressure for the brakes, although it does go up to 70. I do prefer to stay about 10 below the speed limit, generally, in this title. Of course, in the real world, in a car, I prefer to be at the speed limit. There we go. And that is why. Because you never know when the speed limit is about to change significantly. 60 down to a 40. Although that was an early change. That was pretty good. That told me pretty early on that the speed limit was going to change. So that is a good thing. We're still going downhill. You can tell because I've not entirely released the brakes, and yet we are picking up speed. I am attempting to modulate my braking as best as I can, but I still have a lot to learn about how to stop a train. Maybe another photo mode opportunity just here, possibly. Let's have a look. Oh, that actually does look half decent as a photo mode opportunity. Although the trees are kind of in the way, but still, I think this might be the longest train I've ever... I think this is the longest train I've ever actually hauled. So there we go. Just something to note. Not of any particular interest, but still something to note as we are getting... we are dropping down the hill more and more. Of course, we would be because we are heading towards the harbour. So you need to... There we are. In fact, we are at the harbour. You need to be lower and lower down. Have I gone in the wrong direction? Uh-oh. I have stopped the train. How have I done this? did I... Oh no, right. I have no idea where I've just headed, but I'm going to back this train up all the way. What did I do wrong? Let me have a look. There is no switch here. Okay, there's something that I've learnt. There is no switch at that point. That is why I ended up going the wrong direction. So there are points just here. Just making sure everybody knows that I am backing a train up here. That is where I need to be, just there, right there. So these are points that are not on the dispatcher. Interesting. These points are correct, right? Yes. Come on, push the train. Keep pushing the train. Is that going to be enough? Possibly not. Well, that has put a small proverbial spanner in the works. That will be enough. Right. Yes, that is enough. Okay. We're now going to be heading in the right direction. And I had to push that back uphill. Not the most simple. Actually, it wasn't that difficult, but it wasn't the most tidiest of things, dignified of things. Take the wrong turning, go somewhere else. Where exactly does that lead? To nowhere, apparently. However, we are now here, having learnt that there is a secret track. So, E8I, which is that one right there. Hopefully I've got that correct. So that took about half an hour overall. So as long as I get the train in the right spot, this looks lovely. Oh, not that, this. With the sunshine glinting on the rails, that does look quite nice. What I would really, really like is the ability to purchase trains, or locomotives, sorry, and do them up. Just like the demonstrator one that you can purchase, but I would rather be able to do it with any locomotive. For example, this really does need a fresh lick of paint. Gets rid of some of the rust spots, clean it up a little, and then fit some of those really nifty instruments on it, which I'm not doing because I'm not sure just how much I need to do, or how long I'll have this vehicle for. hoping that the entire train is in. It is. Good. Do that. Do that. Come on, good stopping point. Good stopping point. Do that. Okay, good. Engine off. Handbrake on this one on, just in case. There we are. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... I think you do not have to decouple this. Oh no, it says uncouple. Never mind. I think you do have to decouple, which is annoying. But I didn't decouple the last one, did I? I'm just going to do that. I'll count that as decoupled, just in case there's a really nice shunting job that comes up with this one. Right, now, I need to find the station. That is going to be the big thing here. And the station is out this way. There it is. Station office. Good. Let's go ahead and pop that in. Are we done? We are. 27 minutes. Not bad. 7,600, but I've actually managed to get 11,500. Have a look at the fees. 2,000 on that. I know that I could do manual servicing, and that would fix it, but overall that means that oh, why did it not make the da-da-da noise? Huh. Overall, what that means is that I made about 9,000, which is not too bad. So I could get... So which ones have I... Do I and do I not have? So I could get manual service and museum. And if I got those two... Oh, this can go in there. If I got those two, what would that do for me? Removes re-rail discounts. That would allow me to, if I go to station map, do manual servicing. But the question is, where is the manual service? So I'll decouple the train, go over to that, which is the manual service. So from here, for example, I'd have to go all the way out here, back in here, to the manual service, get it serviced, and then move on to something else. Okay. And this, by the way, is why I wanted to be here. Because look at all of this. So before we end, let me just figure out what is and isn't useful. So I could do a bunch of shunting jobs, which would be really, really cool. In fact, I might do that. Let's just dump all the shunting jobs on this side for now. I'm going to try and find the shunting job that would have just spawned in for this job that I've just dropped off. So there should be a shunt. There it is. One drop off. Unload and store a train with empty... One drop off. So that means I do not have to split the train. Can I do this in this video? And just go ahead and move this to the right spot. It says unload and store, but the train is already unloaded. An extra 4,000 for not much. Do you know what? Since we have a little bit of time... No, actually, I can do this in the next video because I can queue these. So I can do that job and then maybe see if I can grab another job. And what I need to do is I need to wander around and see where they are. So, for now, I'll throw away the jobs I cannot do. So any jobs that I could do, I'll keep. So I could do that. Cannot do that one. It's too long. Could do that. Cannot do that. Can do that. Can do that. Okay. Now I will check out. So cannot do that. Can do that. Can do that. There was one here I could not do. This one, the fragile one. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. Okay, so what I'm left with, cannot do that. Apparently I've jumped onto that. What am I left with? I might need to get the fragile license, actually. So I've got this one. That's one shunting job. 2 pickups. Okay. I could do that. I could definitely do this one. So that's 2 shunting jobs. If I get the fragile license, I could do that. Needs hazmat as well. Cannot do that. Wait, then was there a... There's one in here that I might have been able to do. Not you. Oh yes, you. Because if I get the fragile license, I might be able to do this one too. And look at the money for that one. 47,000. What will fragile mess up for me though? Let's have a look. No, that's not what I meant to do. Print. Insurance copay goes up by 2,000, and that's it. Beware, even a light collision could completely destroy them. So I'm fairly gentle. I was fairly gentle with these, with what I was doing today. So I have a feeling that these 3, or these, is it 3? Yes, these 3 are the next 3 that I need to do. So I'll start with that one, then pick up that one, then potentially the really difficult one. And that should be a lot of money. Definitely a lot of money. Okay, but for now, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Derail Valley. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. I'm just going to go wandering around looking for some of this stuff. I'm assuming it's some of this. Aha! Yes, this looks like part of the stuff. There's 3 right here. So that looks like one set. That's the crude oil ones, which I need hazmat for, so that doesn't matter. So, yes, there we go. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Derail Valley Simulator, where I'll be doing some shunting, and I might... Where's the roundhouse? There's the roundhouse. Oh, wait, no. Being distracted. Looking for train. There's the trains. There are the trains. Or the trams. Trains? Trams? Same bogies. Trains. Could be the same gauge. Still, that one is going to bring in a lot of money should I get it right. But, just want to check something here. D6, not what I'm after. D6, not what I'm after. Nope. DH4, potentially what I'm after. This one is potentially the one I'm after. How do I get into... Well, I suppose I can just walk in this way. Never mind. Potentially I can get this one. Not something I like the look of, but that would be DH4. There it is. Yes. This might be the one that I take as opposed to this one. So this will be the replacement train. That is all from me, as I said. I'll see you next time in Transport Fever? No, Derail Valley Simulator.